build. I'm closing to probably the end of it, unless I count all the trees I need to place in. And I'm still working on the Railyard, and there are three well, they're all going to be stationary, but there are three warehouses with these tracks going through them. And there's also going to be a couple of rail cars. They won't be able to move, but they'll be there for decorations. Sets that perimeter off. There's a walkway behind it, which I may extend out by one, depending upon how this goes. Whether I leave it there or move it back by one will depend upon how this area right here works out. Going to use stone brick. The bricks that make up the place are a bit grayer than this, but it's the closest one we'll have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this should be fun. Now this is supposed to be up just a little bit. Question is how to do it. Since really what it looks like is this right here. It's only up just a little bit. So I basically have this walkway with what looks like stone underneath. But that would make it impossible to put anything on top of it because this would happen. I'm going to test with this small area right here. It's everywhere flat and that doesn't look the same. Second option. Yeah, this looks closer to it. Yeah. And I'll use this on the edge. That'll allow a way to walk up onto the platform. Then I'll use stone underneath it to make it look similar to what is in the Project Zomboid build. It'll be a slight deviation, but an acceptable one. And this building is not completely closed in. It's not like it doesn't have a door. It doesn't at all. And the whole idea is for the train to go through it, although this one has damaged tracks. There is a door in the back of it, however. And there's multiple layers of catwalks going throughout the building. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be the same as this side, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be right here, though. Okay, exactly where I needed to be. The cement on the inside of this building is also severely damaged. More damaged than some of the other roads have shown. Some of them show one layer torn off, but this one has areas which shows 2 layers. Okay, floors are almost in. Once they're in, I'll do the damage. That's the reason why the tracks aren't there, and there's a huge break in the tracks. will have to tear up part of the track to do this. Since it looks like I put down the track before I put down some andesite. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 on this side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, it's about where it should be. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, the first layer I'm going to use andesite for, and that'll show some of the damage through this means. Okay, so the next part is there's a layer underneath it. And one way to do that might have been to use a slab. It looks a bit structured though. But at least it shows the damage. That is one way. Second way to make it more indented is just to do this. It just shows up even more. This is a little bit more. There's no way to do it properly, I suppose. But at least this shows that there's an indent in it. Because the other one would be too much. Okay, so I've also got support beams to put in. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's one beam in. Fortunately, when I've got one side in, I've got the other side basically as well, since they line up with each other. There are two more. Okay, this next one is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 32. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30. 32, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 between these two pillars. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one's 3 stories tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. No, 4 stories tall. I'll just represent the 3 stories at the moment. Now put in the ceiling, I'll do the 4th one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 3 for each level, and the 4th one is to represent the floor and ceiling. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I forgot there's 2 doors. No, 3. These other doors are attached to the ends of the building. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. About right here. That's about where the door is. I don't know if I'm going to put a small platform on the other side or to leave it like that. But it'll at least give me a good idea where it's supposed to be. Okay, there's 2 stairs from the first floor up. One, 2, 3, 4. Start here. Start of the next floor is on this block right here. So it needs to go that high. May actually be easier too. Well, because of the angles, this is slightly off. Might be, yeah. I'm going to delay it just a little bit. How I'll do that is use 1 stair and 1 block before going up a level. And then up a level. And I'm just using on the underside a stair to even things out. Again, sometimes it's hard to get the angles right, especially when you're working on something like this. Gonna complete this wall right here. There are a number of windows on the second floor of this. Some of them are a little bit hard to place, but the windows should be the same on both sides, and that is partially why I'm going to place these walls in, because the windows will help me place where the catwalks should be. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's also a change in the type. Actually, I may change the stairs. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, it's here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's one window. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another window. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, got it. Okay, next one. It's lined up. Actually easy, don't have to count it out. It's lined up with this pillar. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from this other pillar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out here now. It should be here. There. Two, three, four, five. Oh, it's because this is slightly thrown off, that's why. There. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And another right here. So the pattern changes on the second floor from stone to wood. And I'm using this one since it's a closer match to what is there. Which means I need to build up the other wall as well. easy to get lost in the pattern. So I'm being a little bit cautious. Let me try this. Do the entire thing. Then I'll go back and pull out to where it should be. Oh, this isn't good. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that works. Five, six. Done that perfectly, I'd imagine. This one goes down all the way to the next pillar, which is right here. Okay, this catwalk extends down to the next window. Out 2 over. There. I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's not a catwalk. I'm not sure what it's called. Landing, maybe. Yeah, I'm not an architect. I just know that there's a landing on the second floor. This that looks like this, sort of. Although it's a little bit more red tinged in the Project Zomboid build. Okay, so on this side it ends just before the window. That is because the stairs are on this side. So there we go. And this walkway goes all the way to the last pillar on the end. Okay, so that's a little bit too far. Both of these have ladders that extend to the 3rd floor. The extended part of this one follows the same pattern as the other side, so that makes it a little bit easier. Placing these legs in temporarily may alter how I do it, because of some of the distortions that appear from Minecraft. Hold on, I think I'm a little bit too low. I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Shoot, I'm off by 1. This is something that can happen. If I don't fix it now, it's going to be a problem later. Sorry. Thank you for the follow. I'm working on a build based on the game Project Zomboid. I'm using the main map. And this one is just outside the town of Muldraugh in the Project Zomboid map. It's the Railyard from the game. You can get it from Steam. It's a pretty interesting zombie apocalypse game. It's not a run and gun like so many of them. And it's also a top-down view as well. I'll put a map of link to the map I'm using in here. I'm actually a good portion to almost being finished. I've already placed in the town of Muldraugh. And a good portion of the environment around it. And the last set of buildings that I'm working on are this Railyard and a warehouse that's next to the Railyard. Unfortunately, I made a miscalculation on one of the sides, so I needed to do this repair work. Once all this is done, I'll offer it as a download map. There'll be two versions of it, one where the buildings are for the most part undecorated, and one that's fully decorated. The good thing about this on the city texture map is that you can well, it's not just a city texture map, but this works well for a walkway. But the only way that these iron bars are going to move is if you place a button next to them, or some type of lever of some type. So you don't have to worry about falling through as you would with a wooden trapdoor by accidentally hitting it. Since these these metal trapdoors function similar to the metal doors. But at any rate, I am using the city texture pack for this, simply because I'm doing the city build and it seemed to work well with it. Well, among the PS4 theme packs, I have a lot more freedom with the PC version. Okay, now to fix this stairs. Stairs look a little bit odd because of the angle of the stairs is slightly different in the game. And it's an angle that it's rather difficult to actually pull off. I'm going to use spruce since I've been using this acacia for the walls. Spruce would be fun since I'm going to use that for the window frames as well. So it'll fit in that manner. Wrong side. I've been using these stairs to create window frame like looks to make the windows stand out a bit more, and so the windows on any given side is more than just a solid block missing. since I figured that looked better than say that. Expands the window out just a little bit, or makes it seem like it's expanded, since I'm using this part of the stairs. So when you see it from the side, it looks a little bit different. Okay, you can see some of the other things I built if you're still there. And I'll do a short fly through Muldraugh. Muldraugh being just a little bit away. One of the buildings. Some of these buildings, as I said, I've left empty for the moment. But that is mostly to give freedom to whoever wants to download the empty building version to build wherever they want. Some of it seems empty. I've got some saplings down here that are growing. I just need to spend some time there. But much of this is going to be forest. Just like the game Project Zomboid. In fact, you should be able to use the map of Project Zomboid to find your way around in here and vice versa. And this is some of the buildings in Muldraugh. Yeah, the map is actually almost done. A large part of what I'll need to do once I've completed the buildings is to place the trees in. All the buildings are pretty much almost in. And this map's gonna pretty much fill up the entirety of the largest PS4 map. Granted, a lot of it is actually wood, but still. So I'm hoping to have this done before the end of, maybe by the end of October. December will be the absolute latest that I should have everything done, so I'll be ready for Christmas. So some of the places I haven't put in the wood yet. The wooded areas are going to look similar to what's in the town. Similar to these areas right here. A mixture of spruce, birch, and oak. So it's going to look like this on large scale. And I think I have an example of a larger version way over here. It's taken about a year. Yeah, here's a larger version of it. What Mini the Forest will look like. Just with openings and large fields. Unfortunately, the PS4 map is only so large, so I was only able to get one of the towns in, but there are a lot more towns in the actual Project Zomboid game. And this will also include the environments. There's a sawmill in this direction. This is the wood storage area. So again, this one's a little bit different than the Project Zomboid game, but it's very difficult to actually get the logs in the exact positions. So I just got it as close as I thought I could. There's also an anomaly that ended up when I was trying to place where do a starting point, and I started at the hotel in Muldraugh. I ended up with a whole section that's on the edge of the map. This one's going to be a bit of a flight to get there. Since I said this is going to include the entirety of the map, of the PS4 map, so it's pretty large. Although, for the moment, there are some empty areas. It's just interesting to think that the Project Zomboid map is so much larger than this, and this is huge. As I said, the map from the game covers. They've just added a new town in, maybe 2. So it's about 4 or 5 towns by now. Couple warehouses. Car repair shop. And unfortunately this one got cut off. So this is only a partial building. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a huge map. And they try, instead of going the route of making everything compact and almost claustrophobic, the Project Zomboid map is a rural map. So the towns aren't like what you would see in Resident Evil, Raccoon City. They're more smaller towns. They're not large cities. Which means a lot of these places are spread out. And this highway goes pretty much throughout the entire map, from one side of the map to the other. And this basically is the outskirts of Muldraugh, with the town being in this direction, to the left of the road, or right, depending upon what side you're going down. This one's not specifically in the map, but I thought it was funny. There was someone who created this help thing on the top of the building, so I just included it in this map. Some of the patterns I was able to put in. I've tried to match the patterns as best I can. Now there's even a farm that plays in over here. Although instead of corn, there's wheat in this version. In the Project Zomboid game, this is a huge cornfield. But like I said, I don't have access to corn in Minecraft, so... And this is where the highway picks up again. I was able to get a small section out of town as well. It's a trailer park and also some businesses. So as I said, the entire map will This one looks a bit strange because it's kind of hard to pull off a billboard, but it seemed like this was the best I could come up with. As a gas station, although there are no vehicles, it's kind of hard to pull off a gas station. That's what I thought seemed to have worked. Small parking area right here, maybe for events. Some of these you really have to think up your own story for it, since it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what it's for or intended to be. This road right here will eventually lead back to the Railyard. Well, it's supposed to be rural. There are more farms to the north, but I wasn't able to fit those in the PS4 map, since I'm limited on the size of the map. As I said, a lot of this area is going to be trees. I just haven't had a chance to get the trees in because I've concentrated on the buildings up until now. This road will take you to Muldraugh, and this one will take you to the Railyard. Thanks for watching. Take care. You can also see part of the build on YouTube under this name. think there. Okay, I'm gonna take a very short break and get something to drink, and the stream will be down for 1 minute, 2 minutes at the most, and when I come back I'll be working on the warehouse again. This warehouse right here. So thanks for watching so far, and one moment and I shall be back up again.